Welcome, people of the World Wide Web, and it's another look what I'm watching. I mean, it's been a few months now, and this is still going. People are still watching it, so it's a good sign. So yeah, so what have I been watching over this week? I've got a lot going on. I'm only going to do some. Plus, I'm mixing up the little format. So for this video, we technically have 4 for you. Here's 3 of them. Get the glare off it, and then basically what I'm going to do is at the end I will give you my best one, which is a separate film or DVD from that pile, and I thought just to mix it up a little bit. So we shall go first. So the first film up is Doctor Strangelove. Or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bombs. So Peter Sellers, of the Pink Panther. I think he obviously was the Inspector Clouseau character in the very old ones, not the I don't know if it's in the animated ones. Yeah, a bit of a strange film. So this is kind of satire, based solely in the war room of a general goes a bit AWOL and launches an attack on foreign soil. He basically sets off a set of events where these planes get this message. Obviously, this is set back in the day, and they're going to bomb Russia and other crucial points. He then kind of cuts off all communication to the outside world, and there's nothing they can do. And then this is the president in the war room trying to discuss of this event going on, and then trying to delegate how he's going to handle it and stuff. But it's done obviously with a bit of humour and stuff. I know there's like the running joke of like two people fight, it's like you can't fight, we're in a war room, stuff. It's a very old film. Obviously it's on my 100 films to watch. It was all right. I've not really seen Peter Sellers in anything else, even like the old people. I know he's in him, but I've not seen it. So this is kind of my first induction. Obviously, it has quite a few famous people. Obviously, James Earl Jones from kind of my generation. He's a fighter pilot or a bomb, or he's within one of the planes that are going to drop these, and a few other famous people here and there. And it was on the 100 movies to watch. It was all right. Not really my cup of tea personally. Say it's Stanley Kubrick, so you can imagine it is a little bit out there. I mean, obviously it's set in the 70s, 60s, so 63. So obviously the film's 60 years old this year, so you can imagine quite a lot of time passed. Obviously I weren't even alive when this was made, but it was alright. Obviously it's 100 movies to watch. It was shot well. It just, the comedy didn't land with me and stuff, but that's probably just what I'm into and how I've been brought up. So moving on, Chuck. So after the old up and down of I don't know what was happening in Shazam 2 because I was having bad times and stuff, obviously me and my wife needed a series to watch and I recommended this. This is before I went to see Shazam anyway, just because of Zachariah Levi. We got through season 1 already. Really, really liked this. Obviously I saw it or went early when the box sets come out, so it was quite a while ago, probably 10 years. So 2007, so it's 5 series, so it goes up to 2012. So it's been about 10 years since I've seen all of Chuck, but I really, really liked it. As I say, it's quite a calm pace that you can put on in the background, watch it. If you do get distracted a little bit here, you don't miss too much of the plot, but there is a lot going on and the characters you do enjoy. I mean, this was kind of my introduction to Zachary Levi, and then I followed him quite a little bit. I know he did like his had like his kind of Comic-Con that he used to do and help people out and stuff with like guys from Supernatural and stuff. He seems like a nice guy. I mean, I think he does good as Shazam as well, but from the initial signs, I don't know how far he'll get to go on with that character. But Chuck, so obviously expect to see more of this as me and the wife have started season 2. And then my third one, before I do like my honourable favourite, is Battle Royale 2. I watched this last night and I'm a little all over the shop with this. So if you've seen 1, they kind of this is a follow-on, so it has, so I'll have to do spoiler alert because I have to mention, so the 2 survivors from the first game, the actor and actress, they reappear in this. It is their kind of a continuation of their story. It's 3 years on, and basically go into Battle Royale 2. Now they kind of take everything from Battle Royale and just send it all over the shop. I mean, up until probably about, I think it's about 40 minutes into it, a third of the people are already dead. So obviously, if you've seen the first one, they get put on an island, they get these explosive collars, they get given a bag with a weapon of some sort. It could be a pan lid, and then basically they all have to fight, and the last one who lives wins. This one is a little bit different. There's 42 of them. There is the daughter of the teacher from the first film. She's in it, and obviously she is obviously helped select. She's obviously knows which class are going to go in it, signed up for it, and then they go to this island. As they go, they're all in the room. They all get told kind of the rules and stuff like this, but they make it different. For 2, they had to go a bit different. For this, you're in teams now, so each class is filled of the same amount of boys and the same amount of girls. So 21 girls, 21 boys. So obviously, as they're introduced, it's girl 1, boy 1, girl 1. This is how they are paired up for these collars. If one of you dies, the collar of the other one explodes. If you get more than 50 meters apart, the collars explode of both of you. So you're already kind of, you had 42 people, but technically you got 21, because obviously if one dies, the other one dies. Well, say, making it down. They then put them on boats and send them to this island, and 2 of the boats get blown up, and basically we lose 12 students straight off the bat, and then a load more on the beach. So you lose like a third of the characters already before you've even got to the boat. And say this is 40 minutes, and it's just over 2 hours and 10 minutes as a film. Obviously they're sent to this, they're all given guns but no ammo, and then this island is just picking them off left, right, centre. There's explosives, there's tripwires, people are dying left, right and centre. And I was like, this isn't Battle Royale. This kind of takes the premise out of it. Obviously, you then find out when they get to the island, this is where the 2 survivors of the first one are, and their resistance. These resistance have, unfortunately, they're like seen as extremists, but they're not. And then you kind of have, they kind of join up with them, and they help deactivate the collars, and this is where then it goes on. But it's just strange, because the whole idea of this is obviously the survivors of the first one and a few other people that they've got with them who are kids, because it's kind of kids against adults. The adults decided, we know roughly where they are, we're going to send 42 kids not trained with weapons that have no ammo and bombs, all paired up in bombs, to this island first of all. And it's like, it's a bit strange. And then by the end, the kids that are surviving are like crack experts. You're sending like 100 military people in there, and they're taking them out left, right and centre, and it just is like, well, why didn't you do that in the first place? Or they send bombs, and it's like, why didn't you just bomb the island in the first place? There was a few bits that, to me, it didn't make sense, obviously, because you kind of get over the realisation while they've done it about halfway through the film, and I say after the characters are all dead of the new one, it's a bit like, I don't know. I think I've watched the reviews and said if you've seen Battle Royale 1, don't expect Battle Royale 2 to be the exact same format. It's kind of, they sprinkle a few bits on there, but they go a continuation of story, and maybe that's where it is. It's kind of taking, it's like doing Mission Impossible 2, but it's a romantic comedy rather than a mission. And it's just, to me it didn't work. Maybe I was expecting a bit more, but yeah, that's what we are. So that was the free flat. So let me go to my mysterious 4th film that I've watched. I have watched a few more, but I'm not going to bore. And this is quite a surprise. So this is Seven Samurai. This is again one on my board. So that's 2 more I've ticked off this week. And this was released in 1954. So this is almost a 70-year-old film. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's 3.5 hours long, so it is, or 3 hours and 20 minutes. So it's quite a long film. It's black and white, and it's subtitled, because obviously it's so old, I don't think they do dubbed, which is fine. But yeah, it's really good. So the premise is you have these warlords. They have found this village. They've already attacked it once. Basically, they're waiting these farmers to harvest their crop, and then they're basically going to attack it and kill all of them. The farmers decide to use what grain and that they have to go out and try and find some samurai to defend them for these warlords when they attack. And obviously, as the title says, they find 7 in the end. And then it's the story of them trying to defend the village, and it actually is done really, really well. It's of a time of a martial art where there's no blood and stuff like that. It is no special effects. Like, some of the scenes are so intricate with all the people, they're running through mud, storms and stuff like this. I assume this was outside, maybe they might have had machines causing it. And it's done really well. I mean, you do see people fall over in the background a little bit here and there, but it was done, as I say, it was done really, really well. Surprisingly enough, of when this film started, about 20-30 minutes into it, I'm sitting there going, I feel like I know this story. And it's funny that in, I think, the 2000s, they did a anime series called Samurai 7, which is kind of a new version of this, and I've seen like the first third of that series, so I kind of, that's one I want to go back to. But yeah, I was gonna say, for a film that is almost 70 years old, I found this really, really good. You know, it's 3.5 hours long, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. There were interesting characters and stuff, and that. Obviously, it is a little bit kind of gory, but it's not gory in the fact of people like have sticks and just stabbing it into people. They're obviously blunt, and then the people just fall down and die. So it's very kind of stage showy a little bit. But I thoroughly loved it. So yeah, this is my recommendation of the week, Seven Samurai. If you've not seen it, I would definitely recommend. I don't think it's too expensive. I got this as a Christmas present, so it's quite handy for me. And yeah, so that is a look of everything for Look What I've Been Watching this week. Hope you've enjoyed the video and my selection. Obviously, I've now cleared out that one and start some new ones. If there is anything you want me to review, or there is a film that you've seen my taste, I will watch anything anyway. But if you want to put it in the comments, please do. Like, comment and subscribe as normal. I'm Cypher Sigmund. I'll see you in the next one.